Good morning.
Morning.
As I breathe, the adjustment and acceptance of myself is available for me in the effects that we have in our life. Through our body, there are many joints in the body, and the joints represent flexibility. And the effects of flexibility in your life let you know who you are and what's going on in your life. And so I want to start with the feet. You know, the feet has many different bones in it and everything, and so there's much in our understanding in the feet area. When you have effects in the feet area, there's a pretty good idea that there's some things in your life you do not understand. And the best person to go and see who you don't understand is that person you see in the mirror. And the effects of that, you know, it tells you what's really going on in your life. You know? So if you have, and the ankle is one of the primary joints in the foot area, and so that's flexibility. Now, what is flexibility? You know, flexibility is ability to move gently and change one's mind and change one's mission in life, and to ignite change in one's life. And if there's something going on with your left foot, if you're a female, then that's the female aspect of flexibility. If you're a male, it's your female aspect within you to do that. And when in my first marriage, my wife was putting cans of vegetables away, and one dropped and hit her right foot on the outside of the ankle and everything. So I said, oh wow, there's a male in her life that she don't understand. And I found out who that was. It was me and everything. And so I didn't dare tell her that because she had quite a temper at that time. So I know if I did say her, I probably would have got more flexibility effects and everything. So, but knowing the symbology of the different joints in our life is accepting of oneself. And accepting of oneself is how do we know what to change if we don't accept who we are and what we are and where we are. And so now the next joint that we have are the knees. The knees are probably one of the major flexible joints in our life. And of course it goes along with the male and the female energies. I have a few examples in my life where when I was refereeing soccer back in the 80s and early 90s, that my left knee was affecting me. I had to wear a brace in my left knee, and it was on the outside of my left knee. And so I says, now who in the world is in my life that is a female that's inflexible? And you know, there's only one person in my life that was that way, and that was my second wife. And so the day that we decided to separate and go on our way, I was refereeing a game, and I did not have to use that brace on my left knee. And it's been that way ever since and everything. And so I rid myself of a energy that was inflexible in my life. And the rules of the universe is that who you associate and even who you live with, you take on the conditions of that person and everything. So if you have an effect in your life, it's either in your life and you're living it, or it's in you and everything. And so I started saying in my thoughts and words that I now draw flexible females in my life. And you'd be amazed how much the change took place. I even had people leave the chapel because of inflexibility. So I felt maybe I ought to adjust that a little bit, you know, that these females that are inflexible accept that and then act accordingly to that. And so things started to change a little bit then, and a little bit better in there. And so the knees and the ankles are a way of accepting ourselves. Now we got another joint in the hips. The hips is another major flexible point in our life, and hips represent the ability to move forward in life. And if you have some conditions in the hip area, it could very well be that you're not doing the things that are moving forward. And usually when we do things that aren't forward, we're living what other people have suggested to do instead of ourselves. Everyone has an idea of what is a positive thing. But the people, places, and things in their life sort of hinders you from doing that. And so with the hips area, there's many experiences in there. It's important for you to get quiet with yourself and really get to now what do I really and truly desire to be? Desire is a worthy destination. And so we want the ability to have a worthiness within our life. And when you're not doing things that you desire to do, you're not being worthy with yourself. And worthy is a very powerful energy. And so the more you concentrate on your desires, the more worthiness will be activated in your life. And you'll find that the people, places, and things are changing to that worthiness. That also means you probably go to different places, have different people in your life, and do different things. What goes along with that worthiness and everything. And so now we go up into the arms, and we got hands, and we got elbows, and we got shoulders, and everything like this. Now, the left represents female in their life and males in our life, and also the left side is how you receive things, and the right side is how you give things. And when you receive, every time you go to a place, you're using you're giving, but you're also receiving what that place is in totality of that place. And so when you have things going on with the right or left wrist, there's flexibility when you go into a place. If you sense that it's stiff or if it's rigid, then that place is stiff and rigid, and also that you are becoming stiff and rigid, or you could also be already stiff and rigid. And that's one of the difficult things of change, is to loosen oneself up and everything. And I've mentioned this many times before, that my favorite affirmation is I fully and freely forgive myself and loose myself to my good. When I say loose myself to my good, I'm loose in happiness, health, and wealth. And that is establishing a more adjustable world in our life. And being flexible is to be able to be adjustable. When you're finding yourself that you are being rigid in some aspect of your life, how are we going to do it and change that? And as you start with a seed, say, I am flexible in that. And just this last year when I was in Canada, I sat down in the chair, and the chair busted on me, and I hurt my left knee. And it was on the inside of my left knee, and so that was my female aspect was inflexible. So I started saying, my female aspect is now flexible, and I am flexible. My female, within one day, the knee was healed, and I felt very, very, very loose and everything. Because when you're in this understanding, is that most of the people you come in contact with are females, and I was dealing with quite a few females up there, in Canada, and so sometimes it was 15 to 20 people at a time. And so when I worked on my female aspect, I was able to communicate much more looser and much more easier with that. And so now another joint, the shoulders are a flexible joint too, and everything. And shoulders represent responsibilities. Now, if you have an effect in the shoulders area, are you doing somebody else's responsibility, or is somebody else doing your responsibilities? And you're the only one that can answer that. And so you start concentrating. I am doing my responsibilities, and I do it with ease. and you'll find yourself giving up. You know, one of the biggest things with shoulders is not to do other people's responsibilities. And then when you start doing your own responsibilities, you find out that there's a tremendous amount of energy and time sent in to do your own stuff. Because I found out a long time ago that there's 25 hours in a day. And so I don't have time to do other things than take care of myself. And now we got the neck as a flexible joint, you know, and the neck is one that is telling you, are you doing it your way or are you doing it someone else's way? When I first got into development class, the first thing I noticed when we had meditations, I would ask myself, what happened in 1969? And then I asked whose idea that was. And a strange thing happened. I found out that I was doing about 100% of my time as other people's idea. And so then I got quiet and said, now what is my idea? And so I was getting these ideas, and people laughed at me when I told these ideas, so I didn't say anything more because I wanted to be loose. I don't want people laughing at me. But everything that I put down on the silence and everything, I have accomplished. And the only thing is, there's more to accomplish. And so when my neck goes up there, so, well, there's something more that I'm going to do my way that is going to be beneficial for the people that are in your life. So know that the joints in your physical body allow you to know who you are and how you can accept yourself as your loving being. And bless you. Thank you.